Welcome back to the channel, guys. On today's video, we are going to be fixing the arrow on my car. So we're pulling the front bumper off. It's got some cracks up here. Up here's cracked and whatnot. And then in the rear, the bumper has like a crack there and then a crack. Just a bunch of big cracks. Like this side is literally held on by zip ties. So we're gonna fix all this and get it good for the last precision event. If you're wondering how my bumper goes on, I think it fits all right for how it's mounted. So it sits on a Street Faction bash bar that has like the upper support for pop-up cars, and it's held in by one zip tie over here and another zip tie over there. So we're just gonna clip these zip ties and pull the bumper off. And the rear bumper is once again another Street Faction bash bar sitting on top of, and then in here through the body and through the inside of the rear bumper is how it's mounted. So y'all need to quit doing all that extra shit on mounting your rear bumpers. It's simple. Get the Street Faction bash bar and you'll be able to mount it on the rear like that. So we got our body kit repair station set up. So we got some gloves, got some tape to hold together the crack, and then I'm gonna be putting the fiberglass on this side, using the tape to like hold it together. And then yeah, so that's what I'm doing right now. And I got these little discs, they're coarse, and we're gonna use these on the drill. They're not technically supposed to be used with these, but I made it work on the drill. So we're using that. So we're taking the drill to the cracks on the back side. And I'm gonna work on doing this front bumper because I've never actually done this before. So we're learning together. And then after I figure out how to do it, we're gonna move on to the rear bumper and fix this crazy mess right here. So we're gonna attempt that. We got like our little steel fiberglass. Got the resin, got some Bondo for the outside after the inside's fiberglassed. This is my first time fiberglassing and bondoing. I've never used this in my life, ever, promise. This is what I did. I'm gonna look at it. I made a bunch of mistakes, I'm not gonna lie. And obviously, I don't know what I'm doing, but you gotta at least try to be able to learn. You gotta try and you gotta fail before you learn. So with me being able to fail, I was able to learn where I did wrong. Once you have all the cracks on the outside taped, you're gonna move to the inside and you're gonna take your wheel and you're gonna like basically get all this kind of just roughed up so you can apply your strips. And once it's nice and roughed up, you'll take all your strips out, get it all ready, because this stuff dries fast. So you want all your strips ready. You don't want to have to be pulling your strips apart while it's drying. Like, you want the strips ready. So you're gonna put it on there and then get the strip on there nice, and then you're gonna take more resin and go over it even more. So once all these like little fiberglass squares are covering that, and it's like all up in there and it's nice and wet and it's all bonded and held together, you just let it chill and it should be good. And then from there, once it's all together and like it's dried up, you could take your tape off and start on your Bondo from the outside. You can use these little wheels, they do work, but my boy just brought me this thing. This is way better for like getting the back scuffed up. so you can apply. So now I'm about to break off all my little fiberglass pieces and get it ready to glue, so I can finally fix the broken bumper. All right, now we got a bunch of little fiberglass pieces out. We're ready to put our little stuff in here, mix it with a little bit of hardener, and then get this baby fixed. All right, so we did a really bad job at fiberglassing, but it's holding. Not the best job for sure, but it's holding. And then we did our terrible Bondo job that I've still yet to sand. All right, so it's the next day. We did some work on the front bumper. It still looks like dog ass, but the way I'm looking at it is it was cracked down this way, and now it's intact. So it's gonna be a nice 10-footer for sure. Probably gonna come back and touch this up with some sandpaper. Been using the drill with that like little attachment piece to smooth it down. But now that we got this kind of like, I'm content with that. We're gonna come over here and we're gonna address this disgusting situation. We fixed this last night. It's sturdy. And then today we're also going to do this crack and fix this guy over here as well, because it is not cooperating. All right, I rebonded the bumper on the front like a couple times. I've sanded it a bunch of times. It's not perfect, but for my first time, it's not terrible. I'm trying to get it as perfect as I can. But yeah, so this was all like chunked out and missing, cracked right here. And then the piece I showed you guys. Okay, so this is what I fixed last night, like the T, but I used this like the fiberglass hairs instead of the patches, but I went and got the patches today. So that's my work with the hairs. And then here's the patches. And then this piece was super flimsy and now it's like sturdy. This was flimsy, now it's sturdy. I gotta Bondo these holes. But and then this piece too looked like shit. I fixed it and made it sturdy. It's not perfect, but it's best. That's what I'm gonna give a shit about getting it. So anyway, so here's the other piece I showed you guys that we had not worked on last night, and it was still loose. So that piece that was opening up and like moving a bunch, I had to use 2 zip ties to secure it, and then I did fiberglass resin and hairs right here, and then I did a fiberglass patch on the back right here, and now it's, you know, it's actually sturdy again. And then this piece was completely cracked all the way down, and then I put the resin and then the patches, and then we finished up the piece over the exhaust. So it looks not the best, but it's my first time, and we just wanted to fix the bumper so we could have our bumper for precision. So what I'm about to do is probably Bondo this back piece, and then Bondo this right here, and Bondo the corner, and then get it as smooth as I can for paint. Probably in like the next 2 days, because I think it rains tomorrow, so probably do paint then. So it rained yesterday. I've been working on the bumpers all day. I didn't film at all, but this is where we're at with the front bumper now. It's fully intact, and I did my best to do like my Bondo to try to bring that lip back in, but it definitely ain't perfect. It looks way better on camera, I feel like, in person, but and then we worked on this side right here. And I'm not going for perfect, because if I wanted perfect, I could rework everything. But I'm just going for intact right now. So I've been sanding stuff all day, trying to make it at least even. Everything's slowly starting to come together. Bodywork is super tedious. And then so I've been using this red wheel. So everything's kind of starting off like this. Then I've used the wheel to pretty much just smooth it out and make it look even. I still need to do more work right here, but like, I'll show you a part that's more smooth. Like right in here, this is like smooth. And like right here is blended and smooth. Like right here, this right here especially. But pretty much just need to do more blending. But I think honestly, I'm just gonna start painting, and I'll fix the bumper later and make it perfect. I'm gonna show you guys the front bumper painted and mounted on the car. That's the good side. I catfished y'all. Not terrible. That'll do, pig. That'll do. All right, to the rear bumper. Here's where we're at. I painted it and it came out like ass. So we're gonna try to resand that down and repaint that again. And then I'm thinking that I'm gonna smooth this down some more. I kind of rushed it. Same with like right here, I just rushed it. And then I still have to sand this part down. I started on it, but I'm still not finished. But I figured I'd show you. Okay, so this part too, the exhaust burnt this piece up. So it's like probably just permanently messed up unless I go through and bond everything. But it's gonna get messed up again. But we just painted it, so it looks good for the event, because it'll probably be all black after the event. And then you can totally see where I repaired that. But it's the first time, so we're working on it. We'll get better. Give it a little quick overspray, and then here's that corner I was showing you guys. Came out absolutely terrible, but same with this part. Looks like cottage cheese. But the bumper's intact. I couldn't get the piece real flat right here, so you can totally see where all that Bondo is. And then same with right here and all throughout here. Just definitely needs ran back through and redone. But we have an event in 2 days, and we have a car show tomorrow. So we're just gonna slap it together, finish trying to smooth it out as much as we can, and paint this side, and then throw it on the car.
The after half as fixing my drift car.
The work is done. I won.
All right, you guys, here is the final look at the Arrow after I did some body work. No longer held together with zip ties. Here's the other side. No longer held together with tape and zip ties. And looking good. Let's go get this Twisted Auto Club meet.